Today, na the 9th day of March 2021. We want to lay na table the interview, the conversation where Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conteh get with Samuel Wise Bangura of AYV. Last week, we've been dealing with the one way he been get with Honorable Kandekole Yumkela, and today, now Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conteh. He said a lot, but couldn't in the way he talk, we confirm waiting if he don't talk today. He not change in stand. Even after all the threatening, they don't threaten him, he still not change his stand. Unlike, me I not call him. We end up swear, we end up go big. But Tawa, as the name, is still the Tawa. But continue the way talk. We for make the perception where people can get about Parliament being corrupt. I think say it just reaffirm them. So some of we way they think that way they. And the one way that they talk say, oh, well, then go pull them. Parliament's not able for pull them. That's why you don't tell we. The only people that were able to pull them na in party. That if in party suspend and then you go they partyless na Parliament. And the Speaker of the House will get no other option but for boot them out. And they hope say they no go that route today with them. Because in things say the mandate of the people they get and that they represent. But we can look more into that. But for now, make we see within NACOVAC say na the status update for COVID-19 today na Salone. The labs can be analyzed 534 tests. 534 tests and the labs they analyzed and one turn out for be positive. Yesterday back na one who been get and na from Western area urban. Today back na one and na from Western area urban. So because of the one positive case where we get, the total number of confirmed positive cases now in Salone now 3,922. For the past 24 hours, nobody no lost in life to COVID, so we still stand at 79. The one them in isolation now 1,102. The one them recover for coronavirus for the past 24 hours now 20. So now we get a total number of 2,741 people. We don't beat coronavirus in Salone. The one them in quarantine are 111, and the one them on discharge from quarantine now 14,524. Let's check Mano River Union countries then. For today, as I've been telling you just now, Salone now 1. Guinea. Guinea say Ivory Coast took the shake tail, so Guinea carried 242 new cases. Liberia they not show face at all, 0. Ivory Coast say well, in left Guinea, let Guinea go before, in carried 144 new cases of coronavirus. Now one day give it a total number of 386 new cases of COVID-19 at the Mano River Union countries then. And for the death, Salone 79, Guinea 97, Liberia 85, Ivory Coast 204. Guinea and Ivory Coast don't add again. Now we don't get a total number of 465 people we don't lost in life to COVID-19 at the Mano River Union countries them. Till we know say the vaccine now, we don't get to get the Sinopharm and we get the Astra now Salone. So still the wait when then go begin for Guiam. But for today, as I've been telling you just now at the headline, we want to look waiting Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conteh being get for say. If they na the interview with Samuel Wise Bangura. Una make you talk small but almost parliament really they make who parliamentarians them. Almost then they make. Hey! Rent allowance alone na 98 million, which is like $9,800. And they give them for rent allowance. I don't say it could be per year or I don't know, but na $9,800. Then salary na 21 million. 21 million. And then they make a month like 2,100. And they give them 4.5 million. Like $450 for buy gas. The 18 million and they get them quarterly. Where then they weigh some up all thing, it will come to like $7,200. You don't see it to make everybody want for left go be politician. You don't see it to make everybody when they can say politics them now do or die. You don't see? This stuff for the parliamentarian demo. Because you know they talk now the one way it has pleased the president. And with them few things them way we see Chinoba of Africanist president release, we see the goodies we can follow where don't please the president too. Not so? Okay. It talk a lot. Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conteh. He said the problem with salon, na the parliament. Yes, Michael Coker they ask if you say he has 98 million for rent allowance, $9,800 rent allowance, 4.5 million, and they give it for fuel. Maybe that in per month or per week, I don't know. But he said the problem with Sierra Leone na parliament. Other one for agree and other one for disagree. For say salon yon problem. Na parliament, ça dit sidom. Okay. Let us think for small. With all waiting he talk. Now yesterday we be dinner, yeah? We did talk about the prison officers them. About the one them way come in and do corrupt practice with the drugs and all them things then they. Yeah? Now here we talk about and people and say, oh, now because of the money. Now the money they paid and then small. Well, listen now, almost parliamentarian they take. Still yet, parliament is deemed one of the most corrupt institution na salon. With all the money where they collect to. Where you feel say them for work hard now, better one. But they are deemed the most corrupt institution, one of the most corrupt institution in Sierra Leone. With all this money. So, now when they want make me think to say, no matter the money, corruption, it don't tell like something away they part of Sierra Leone. No matter outside them put you, no matter waiting them pay you. Hey, Papa God, you still want more. So for what they say, the police, the prison officers them, then other one the way they dip on corrupt practice, the teachers them, because then they do corrupt and because then they pay them low. Okay, you know 98 million for rent allowance no more. Then they give it 98 million. $9,800. 19 ABC don't they talk say then the rent they owe them be they say I'm on 60 million this and that. They can pay that then they even get change back for buy fuel. Salute. Then you now make now then I hope say all that thing no can cut na road because the income and expenditure now be don't say we get for do. Second thing could do read this. So now we know where the Minister of Finance they talk say 250 billion now they spend on salaries alone. 250 billions. Now they spend on salaries alone. Some are created active na salon all the money. Yes, come tomorrow. I hope. I hope say we go able to do this income and expenditure. How salon, waiting salon they collect and waiting salon they spend. When people can say the taxpayers' money, we don't understand. But are people really paying attention? Or we people that know saying that they kind money now in the parliamentary and then they collect, now they make then always they run to them where they get problem. Even if they get pull nado, then they go to them. He said the problem with Sierra Leone lies in the parliament. Who don't want to disagree that one day? Who don't want to disagree? Say Salon problem, not inside parliament today. He said for him, whatever they talk, in the talk in the interest of Sierra Leone, in political party, the president, the manifesto, and all these things. But he say the number one thing was now for Salon. It come to that Salcab issue. We all see right now by the domots and they put a move for job push and I do now left. And now we don't make we understand say the parliament they don't write to a political party two things. Say make them pull out. Because as soon as in political party say then not to member again, parliament they kick Canada. It in our constitution. As soon as in political party say Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conteh not a member of the SLPP, trust me, then they kick Canada. Then they kick her out. And then they kick her. But he said they don't write to 10. The SLPP, I think they know better. Because the way out Tawa they go around right now, Hey, already. We didn't touch him. Sylvanus didn't say, he said, he go put him foot in the ground and disagree on this one for say, where Honorable Tawa say the problem with Sierra Leone, is he done inside parliament? He said, no, the problem with Sierra Leone, he did with every Sierra Leonean. He said, the pay rate with the prison officers them, na minimum wage. And not for compare them with the lawmakers. Okay. Make I repeat back what I be just saying. Talking about corruption. In the eyes of the people of Sierra Leone, with all the perception surveys the way they don't do, they say parliament corrupt. Our lawmakers are being paid huge sum of money. But we people then see them as corrupt people. Police officers, where they take bribe, prison officers, where they carry drugs go inside prison. Those are all corrupt practices. And people then they say now because they not be they pay them better. Now I make. So I say, then pay you higher, then pay you low. Corruption they inside Sierra Leone. So I'm not comparing the payment prison officers are receiving as to that of waiting parliamentarians then they receive. That's not the comparison here. There is no comparison. The only comparison where they now in the corrupt practice where they all two they carry on they do. So for say when they pay you boku money, now go make you not corrupt. Well, let's look at the parliament. The Salcab issue. Now in the number one first way he talk about. What thing he say about the Salcab? One party thing they wouldn't sign for Salcab for say this new company we go can't take over Salcab. Waiting then go take over na the assets. But the liability, no go there on their head. You go there on other head. Government, but then say the small money where this company go they pay, then they go they use for offset. Somebody was making a bad deal right there in a Salcab, and as we speak, he said the minister be go talk say nobody need a lost job, but right now 122 people and they don't lost job na Salcab already. 122 people all lost job na Salcab. Even though the minister be tell say nobody know they lost in job. I give an example. For say the company, they no one day get any audited financial statement. When me say na new company. Na new company. They no one day get audited financial statement. But they want go take over of Salcab. We cost like waiting over $100 million. Now we want go take hand over to somebody who no know who sign money to map safe. He say office safe, they no get now like post office box, then get na the United States, so then they claim say then get place there. For make he do what he do that day, he say him be don't do in research. Before he say it's like na no be they do research. Waiting the minister can talk or waiting the person can talk now on that statement or the person make, then they question him. But in now him be don't do in your research for him and the minister that day. Then call and say, Paddy man, you dey embarrass the minister. Not to so they do na ya. Not to so they do na ya, because how they do na ya, waiting the man talk, now you for take action back, then you done with that. Now I make the minister be go to the extent for say, in the big boy in the room. Because he be feel say he get all the powers, then cover him. Before now, all the parliamentarians will be like, knock out that big boy business now. He say, as we speak, that new company, Zulab, it don't take over Salcab. And it not pass na parliament. Parliament no sign nothing, no agreement no pass na parliament. Under that kukujum, go after him, be don't walk off. The people in Canada don't take over. Now so we want for run the country. Now I make you say the problem with Sierra Leone is it not a parliament. Because if the Auditor General don't come with reports, it is constitutional that parliament for debate them. Then anything we accommodate, then set up committee wait for follow up. But they know they do them. They know they do them. Sierra Leoneans, them, yes, we all are a victim of the system. But that system there, who side force them for put and correct na parliament. If parliament's not they doing work, if Papa de na house not doing work, then it nothing say the pikin go wayward. Then if the pikin go wayward, you say na the pikin, it na the pikin, not to the papa, na the house. So now in that light, they say the problem with Sierra Leone, it ain't a parliament. He say because parliament don't be complacent in fighting corruption. He said parliament and then they collaborate with the MDS them for committing corruption. He give an example, although he not call the ministry name. Say a ministry buy plane ticket for go Indonesia $12,000. Hey! $12,000 na ministry say him buy ticket. One for go Indonesia. Now make him make example. Say I like it on top the plane self. I like now you and the pilot self on a share seat. Something I Emirates to use. It's then at the presidential suite na Emirates. So, now then they say in the bad egg. So man, they don't put her close by the domot. Saying for apologize. He said they apologize. What did they apologize for? What did he do? Say as far as him concerned, now what he do? He said before, when audit report come out, then they talk say the audit report now one of the best reports, that one of the best documents where the country get. But now, what thing they happen? Then there was a crusade for fire the Auditor General. He say, person within at the Public Account Committee, they talk say the audit report na mere opinion. No, the audit report not a mere opinion. It talk about Parliament not accepting criticism. Is this administration accepting criticism first? The administration, they accept criticism. So I think that the same I don't know if not from Parliament, he boil can down to them, or not from them, he go to Parliament. No? Because everything get to do with politics now. Eh? Hi. I don't know. But with after all waiting, you don't hear. You say you not back down. Like that other one honorable. We say him be just one for it to get waiting that other one. The perception report say. At the end they get for apologize. Why? Now he sabi. But he say he know they apologize. Eh? But after you don't hear all waiting you hear it today. You self one for join the perception survey and say Parliament corrupt. If Honorable Kante Kolemikelasef don't can Nadu don't talk say yes, by omitting, by not doing what in Parliament supposed for do for problem people here. Yes, then self they take part by the corruption. Instead don't can say the problem with alone see don't inside Parliament today. All man they talking about Parliament being corrupt. What thing you say after you don't hear all this? Alright, make out to Usman Tolly, make we hear waiting he gets for we on this. Yes, Usman Tolly, you get the platform, sir.
Okay, first I will just want to tell Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conteh and Samuel Wise Bangura for that comprehensive interview. Very, very comprehensive, and I feel say it's a very good program for the bring some of them parliamentarians there for Kangiwi an insight of what they happen, and it gives them so much liberty that they can give a lot of information, very, very informative, as we all are listening to Honorable Tawa Conteh today. And indeed, AAA, it is on record. When they were on bundle Salcab, the minister he say nobody no go lost job. He say, in fact, and they expect say, then they create more jobs. So today, I know say Tawa don't they follow up Salcab issue, and I don't tell we say about 122 people that don't lost jobs. You see how deceiving the people are there, very, very deceiving. And the assertion where Honorable Tawa Conteh make, I think say it just echo what in the Honorable KKY himself been say. He said if we fix Parliament, we don't fix Salon. If we fix Parliament, we don't fix Salon. I hope say we all see who say then two people are to come out. The thing is, corruption is the cancer of the country. Corruption, if we able to combat corruption, we minimize them to an acceptable level, Salon will go before. As long as corruption they with we, at the magnitude of this year, that country today will ever remain for talk about so many problems then. What thing they try for talk here is this, and what thing KKY as well as what they try for talk here is this. Parliament, by constitution, they get all the powers then, very powerful, for look into the activities of the MDAs, the ministries then, department and agencies then. But then they abandon the responsibility, whether because of they get interest on some of the MDAs here, or for some other reason. So if you read about Tawa Conteh, it talks say if we fix Parliament, we don't fix Salon. Now then you see. Because most of the things that will happen, most of the corruption then, if Parliament will do their job effectively, I think say most of them here in the first place we're able to mitigate them, we're able to stop them, we're able to prevent them from happening in the first place. But because Parliament don't become so complacent, so it's very difficult for law to cover out some of them corrupt practices here. And for some of the listeners that we just join, Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conteh now be one time the chairman for the Transparency and Accountability Committee in Parliament. and may therefore resign over the issue of Salcab. There was a time, I believe, say, most of you they follow, where they want unbundle for separate Salcab. But when you look at the document, the foreigners say, not in the interest of the country, not in the interest of the people, it been therefore question the Minister of Information over issues of the company where one takeover, and as well as some of the discrepancies then where they may make from the previous speech. So he'll not be happy with that. So they accuse the leadership of the party, the parliament, as of arm twisting. And they pressurize and say, they might not so they do things that just do things in the interest of we own party. For all we go before. So over that, they agreed to that and they therefore resign. The fundamental question where I feel say, where Samuel Wise asks him, which is very interesting. They ask him the question, then say, why you not being just continue for stand on the point rather than resign? If you believe, say, the point where you stand for, now you stand for, why you not just continue for fight for your rights rather than resign? He say, a very difficult for break the party committee in parliament. It's very, very difficult for him as one man for break him. And instead of continue for do things in the old way, the way Adam did do anything, yeah, we agree with you. Anything, we agree with you. And say instead of, he lost in respect, he lost what he believed in, and that make him therefore resign. And it's true. It's true because if you get a group of people then who believe in that bad philosophy, and you as a lone man try for go break through, it will be very difficult. Otherwise, it will end up for corrupt you. This is why I think the Committee on Privilege and Ethics, they therefore call on some members of Parliament, including Givao. We all know say Givao later apologized, where to a very large extent, I think say we the members of the public believe say it damaged in credibility to the extent that there was a time he even swear the country because easily they may therefore suspend them. So later he apologized. But Tawa, one of the man them, as you say, AAA, Tawa, I say, no way I will apologize. If I apologize, it means all the things that we have been only say, not true. He said, because now, I don't say Parliament no use the money where they dispose for do the audit for oversight functions. Say 2018 stroke 2019, Parliament not perform any of the oversight function. They give them money for perform oversight functions. But those functions were not performed. So Tawana, one of the man will be stand and expose that. Tawana, the man we accuse Paran, the clerk in the parliament. Yes, the money where they use, where disburse to parliament, they not use them for the intended purpose. They give parliamentarians them money for go build offices then at the constituencies then. That money they will not be used for the intended purpose. And the man will expose Paran for that. Now the man back where a stand, first time where the Auditor General report come out. By your information to the world on this thing too. He said the first man we talk see where Auditor General's report come out, he said for debate on them. Say for debate on them. Why we not go debate on this? So the first person we talk that before KKY take them on. He said if me don't say all them things here, then later on I can't apologize. It means I don't believe in all and thing what we don't say. That is what the man really try to talk about. Yeah? And this is going back to the same issue of what the Honorable Tawa Conteh say, if we fix Parliament, we don't fix the problem then as alone. Look at a big constitutional requirement, AAA, as you say, the issue of debating the Auditor General's report, a constitutional requirement for Parliament. And we know how important the Auditor General's report is. And just they tell me the financial activities of all the NDAs then, the ministries then, departments and agencies, how they use public money. We want to know whether the money are where they use them judiciously. And the most powerful institution of the state, constitutionally, when a parliament, then they abandon this responsibility. Because if parliament were able debate on this issue, it is stand for stop future corruptions in the sense that it is serve as a warning to NDAs and say, we therefore give account of their money, their public money, judiciously, how they spend and judiciously. But if you now, when they get a responsibility, when I don't perform, when I abandon our responsibility, as KKY say, it's like you the head and abet bad behavior. That's so important. You the head and abet bad behavior. In the language of KKY. But in the language of Tawa, in Toxi, he say, by Parliament failing to perform their oversight function, failing to debate the Auditor General's report, would they corroborate with the NDAs in perpetrating corruption? That's so important. However, these two statements is almost the same thing that they talk. Then just they play on the words, saying that they don't want to use the word corruption. That Parliament is corrupt. Then they try for make the words look good, but it's all about saying that Parliament and then they condole corruption in the first place. And when you condole corruption, the tendency they say you also involved in corrupt practices. Because sometimes, we know say most of the time, bills and go where Parliament, they are aware of these deals. So then they abandon the responsibility, just simply, let me give you an example. The Minister of Information, for goodness sake, you go ask you questions. Just simple questions. Wait Tawa be the answer. Then they try for stop Tawa for ask further questions. It met with the people and they become suspicious in the first place. Because the role of them parliamentarians here now for analyze some of these issues, debate on these issues, ask questions, perform on oversight functions there. But if the man they try to perform your duty, they try to perform your responsibility when they get, then when they try for squeeze them and say no, they arm twist and say no go down that road. Then it means we try for condone corruption, as simple as that. Again, AAA, before I left this platform, let's just make a very important point. The issue of this politics, as we say, everything has been politicized. As I said the other day, remember AAA, even inside Parliament, and they politicize situations. This is a clear example. If you will agree with me. Then just want the leadership of Parliament, which we believe, leader of the government business, they just want men and dance to them tune. So that they don't go look at them as bad people, as bad party in the Parliament. So I say, Tawa, you there with me, you're not a member of the SLPP. Why you know just dress we fine, look good? Why they can't begin to tinap now with aid? That is all they are doing here. So in other words, you know what, let they expose what in they do in the parliament. So in other words, there is some amount of politicizing the situation of parliament. This is why we talk AAA in every institution, every sector. Yeah, it's been politicized, and it starts right from the most powerful body, powerful arm in the country, in parliament. This is why then they talk say if you don't fix that parliament, nothing only fix that country. And get all the powers there constitutionally for ensure say they mitigate corruption in the first place, where it will make to a very large extent some of them corrupt practices I already talk about. If Parliament they do their work effectively, most of these corrupt practices they already see so, then they discover them first before even it materialize. But they are not in their job. No wonder then they argue against perceptions of the people, then perception about what we think about Parliament. I will stop here, like a chance to other panelists, and thank you very much, AAA. Spot on, you're a break and fine for me. So thank you very much, AAA. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Yes, Us friend. Welcome on board, sir. What do you get for me today?
Yeah, thank you very much, AAA, for giving me the platform. And thanks to all who listeners and viewers them. And thanks to Mr. Usman Toli for his point we give. Very educative. And thanks again to the time we don't take for gather all the information and put them together. This issue about this parliament and then the issue of the interview directly to Mr. Tawa. If you look now 3 points, the more even the try for talk about more here. The Kuti Usman Toli don't point 1 or 2. Talk about the constitution, they talk about SLPP manifesto, and they talk about the relationship between the politicians them and the groups them, when are subgroups oversight and so on. So you see that they expand all in speech. But when you look at that one, you go no say like I don't try for do connotation by most of his speech. Me want for connote and this way to say the problem we Salon they encounter na constitutional mismatch and a kind of a deficiency syndrome, na real sickness where that condition they is very serious. If you compare them directly within pan health, or maybe doctor will come inside later or maybe go explain that day, then get that kind of sickness they back a deficiency. But it cause tumor, cancers then. So waiting now is right for connotes this wire to the situation when at the constitution itself, you will find out say the deficiency that would on day, now the type of constitution where they, then the way people they interpret them, people that interpret them for meet up their units, and then people they know they act again of waiting some way simple for saying like this, then they do. So you go find out say the manifesto, if they bring them inside that SLPP business, they go see say, then get their own constitution, we say, then they don't say something. So why they not go fulfill them? So it means their own constitution they wouldn't get. If you don't follow them, that before don't help them. You mentioned about the auditing. And then you ask the question, say, people may ask, say, who don't know believe, say, corruption in a parliament? Well, except to somebody we know they see well. Because if people then don't they live a life way better, you go no say parliament 3, 3rd parliament, the 4th parliament, the 5th parliament, nothing way successful way don't happen where people then go say would they live a better life. People then they cry every day. So you go find out say that area the way you talk so that constitution how they go able for amend up. Then how they go able back for achieve and fulfill and deliver their own manifesto. We get something with like a constitution of that manifesto say so therefore follow. So you see say There is a manifesto where they get, a constitution where they get, but they not apply them towards the area outside and get for see when this will can't change. And then they get the constitution where they and then they can interpret her, then wait for fit, and then some areas there, they know they do them. So you see the deficiency. So the constitution is very deficient because the constitution will get all the elements. What you forget, just like picking, when they say it lack calcium, what did happen with her? They say it get both foot, rickets, when they say, both leg, that's it. So the deficiency there, so you go see that deficiency, they fall upon the economy because they know they bring in implementation. So it tries to show we that constitution there and what's in the act of the parliament they can do, how it reflects. Because when they go try for bring Salcab, say it will become they go try for the bunker, you know, was they try for put her into section. So that it will be this body go act on her, this body go act, then go bring a different company so that they go able to suit them. But when you look at that side where the Salcab they don't get a problem. We have 327 million. We have the cash flow, we have negative cash flow in 2017. Then they come back now, 2018, what did they do? They been get liability for pay up to 9.7 billion loans. So now the liability there, you go see say the law say we want for can't do this, now so you for do. Or you want for can't take this, now so you for don't be ready for take this. That means you want for can't take the company for get a standing amount where it reflects on their bank, and in case something happen, then I'm not able to see liability. Then if you take the liability, say I will take the liability back of the company with that 9.7 billion. Leones would owe to banks them because of that. How they will take them? So you see, say the deficiency there, and then you see say a mismatch they did it. When because of this mismatch, what they bring come? You see say transparency committee, they not go able to work inside that place there where it go efficient because the surface area not there where they go able for work. Where they take food, they put on a more. The reason why you the chairman, what they got put on. So that when they begin to increase the surface area, just like back, the other one will put this wire. We possible one for polish table where you don't make the wood. If they take the shine paper, if they smooth them. Why they do that shine paper? So that the paint will able to hold it smoothly. So it just like the food back where you eat a chairman. So at the end time they go walk pan and so go able for suckling your body go use them. But that not they happen. Things are coming in that bulky way. So they find out say there is a problem wherein this damaging accusation what they don't get, then get for restructure what he suggests say, then get for recognize that collective effort we'll get for day. And then they try for remove this 75 and 76 constitution because then they work behind them by perfuming themselves. Somebody say, okay, this he gets strong, when he sweats because of his sweat lap, pick the perfume. So what common in public people they no go know say the sweat or no worse, something like that. So you see say they see say corruption there. The constitution is not being acted, but then they wear a kind of a perfume, then bring them to the common man. And when they bring them to the common man, because of they not able to know all these details, we like Tawa they talk so. Well, I wish some people them for not explain in Creole and language, then go no say, then why I would count now before we now they have money in the hand. Why then they go there? Or why this they be so? Then they see all these dictions wherein how this will reflect on the economy. But what did happen? The constitution say now so it for be. So that side they then go work with them because now favorable biasness. Now that one day I be mentioned, I say well, that confirmation in psychology they call them confirmation biasness. What it very make all what then they do, then they only look for information we go able for support them. And that existing belief what then they try for reject them for say the belief. Now we for deliver, now we for make people in life better. The kind they see they make this, but then they change them for only for suit them say now this we will do when a passional interest. And that one day now believe say then careful look into them in a very serious way because of bodies and now they stand firm and stand against them till they're not going to try for bring that disillusion where the people are not, then go look at something like say something comfortable belief. When a comfortable belief, then they begin to change into something. We say, oh well, this wire, it look like say from previous thing we will do this wire. all those kind of things, the people they become disillusioned. Then they will begin to get that one where they imagine for themselves, where they will say that this will imagine. So you bring a problem in the minds of the people instead of making them people that will become well and healthy. We go feel say not only when I do this, na money I go get I'm gonna the healthy one. No, the psychology when they play on the people in mind this way, except people that get for stand firm, like I talk say. When all later they come, we illustrate about money. He say you get for stand firm. And the last standing firm, they on one element. Or what are the elements? Who go for holding thing there? Who go make we want go make that thing, that small shine paper we go just rub then you put the thing in the see the shine. Then that element of say put that self ego away. Put that personal ego away so that we no go run out of money. We go know how to manage the income so that the money go do. We no go back, we go jump another one so that we go secure ourselves. Tomorrow we feel say, well, I left the ministerial post. I no go want to go do ordinary work. I go want for secure money. I go eat just like a pension. They are taking it in the form of a rust pension. Like woman can Europe say I believe on the pension this time. I let them give me 100 pounds for week. If I go salon, I go eat them, but I don't go to Europe, I eat is small. So those kind of things is what they are coming, creating a kind of pension of accumulating income for themselves. So then go see what will left this wire, it will be secured. Let them use from waiting then they get. So that they no go create a jungle life wherein people then go begin to buckle themselves. They see this is not a good life. This is not what they go create for the company. And they see every day the jungle life they go on. People then they buckle themselves and they fight here and there. Why? Because they not put things in structure. The data where they for follow, where is simple. When they want to go bring agencies, I'll be talking days are the agencies then. We go say that this are the stand for. Waiting you don't do. Waiting and go question you how you go about for do this. Not to for can't tell me no more. Say this and this now I don't do. I don't narrate. For say I don't do this. It's well done. Okay, you don't go. But how you go about for me time or waiting you the day inside the those nitty gritties. So now that in the and they try for implement say now then thing they are the people and get for look so that it will reflect on the people them. Because that economy they when you save them, you go no say and they follow the rules. The constitution where you get you command there, you they pay them from your gross domestic income. The income with revenue where you don't save. You and the bank now they deal with them. But when you begin to misuse that economy there, you go see say usa you get for go. You go say and they go take back. Where you go take people and go alarm say, oh, money don't loss yonder. Because not today you get for go lend. Because if me get for pay you, I'll get for use the money what I use the business for. Or if I hope say while they pay salary, I will pay you back. This is what things should be. So that economy go flow. People and therefore know say they belong to a society where people and back they know say their duty now forgive that life they way the people and want for let them go live. Because you no go able for say financial statements, we no go look into them, we no go look into areas they wanna know say this na previous way people and be done they do, we go try for put away from that one day. The purpose of the money is not for this, not for this. The purpose of this, so it use things for them purpose. It will be the right thing. You don't go wear high heel shoes. You want to go dance way not fit. You can wear the right shoes so that the things are used for the purpose, and then go last longer. So then get a future wherein then go try for say will not they look into waiting other people and don't do way now one way with the copy. That is what then be they look at because then know say now then can't hear they like I say they go to Paul then be no. So but then go use the idea of biasness, that confirmation one, then go look at they say well let we try for to put this idea to them. But I they look for say this place I be don't know. Because maybe I've been the opposition party, I don't whisper during the meeting to this. So now for that I they go there. When you go there now, you they forget the purpose say this now for go deliver because you be don't see now then where I go able for save. Now then where I go able get extra money, then they give me that allowance day for this. So all those kind of things you go accumulate and say I go look up to them instead of I look up to waiting I go get for give to the people then. So that the people are not go say will get misinformation. And that misinformation they now aim the create that equally how they call them, that inequality balance, let that equality day, let social justice day, let people live a good social life where they go able to get their mental state. If they not get safe all what they want, but let them not stress for getter, let them get those basics so they go able to start. You know, go say man, they work around there. All right, they have a mental state. You create a mental height, except for people and what they say, we salon with a beer. So that's not the only factor more they help some man there. Because okay, well, I beer today, go see man the happiness street. So, but this is causing a health problem where then get for try look how they go adjust them. The data is very important because when you write the budget, you get for the use data. Now that when they complain, then the people they protest say, let's see all they be helpful. So what person type, then go see say, now then see all this ministry don't do. Lord CCC. You don't know even go begin to bring a third party for help them because the data system did it as a part of a constitution back, as a right for somebody for access. For say you will go procure this thing, that's what you do. This my way, if we will not be telling about this my way, don't go with a plane ticket to cause it. We not go know because you know they. When they bring that in the form of an audit form, they're not going to take them because then they only look for the information based on the young way they look at things and believe, and then they left and give the civilians for letting them question themselves for say a better waiting will be received. So, but I only hope say then go look how they go able for shorten and cut off them things there, and they avoid that previous and subsequent boundaries them. Way beyond day, where they want and they didn't get, where they talk about. So then we loosen those boundaries, way because let the flow, the economy not develop. Then they see them, but then they put them, they don't say it cause problem. And they change this them, not to change them, we get for be that fast way, they will instantly. It get for be systematic. And that instant change, they can try for bring in the form of a disguise. We go lead now. Waiting we salon don't build today. When are we money when they talk about don't know good day because the not a day. So let them just try look into how they will confirm. I mean, how they will adjust this sense of this the constitution. It's very very serious. The constitution is very deficient and it actually look bad off. Let God make them able for thinking to that. Let God help you, sir. Thank you very much for giving the platform. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfriend.
Yeah.
Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conteh, I say a lot of people, even when they answer question, and they say, this not the kind of person we salon politics need. But with waiting happen with them, we know say, one man not able stand, kabudu them, one man. He say the one them we I don't know how you can call them. They not say just no na me. And me I be right. I make I be tell we low right. I they look for also I be right. Yeah. Okay. It's in a castle. Na in them bill. And that castle there. He say it's difficult for break. He say na team within a team. Is somebody listening? You don't understand? Where they call and say, Mr. Man, not so we don't do na. He say na team within a team. Look how this caller. Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and who the call from, please.
Yeah, this is not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike. You get up to 3 minutes, sir.
Hey, Tawa, everything you say is correct, you know. And I want to say thanks to Usfriend and thanks to the other guy, Usman. But Usman Toli. But you see, Salon, I don't think say the people that we put in charge they follow the constitution. And the problem that they, you know, like what Usfriend say, the constitution ain't for follow, you know, and do the right thing for the people of the country. But then they sit down back, then they sell the whole country. Man, that parliament, man, that parliament is not correct. It's not correct at all, man. How that they sit down and they sell Salcab so I know they talk. nobody know they stand up. One person will stand up, look what they do, and nobody else not come up for support that person there. You know, man, Salon, that Salon, we'll go there and they'll sell Salon all, and we'll just pack and move. You know, right in front of that parliament, the whole parliament, no, they do nothing, and the people that don't do the right thing, and vote the people, they vote them in. Even the old one, they will be there, they pull them, come on, and put new one in. The new one, they will go back now the same one as the old one, then back. You know, and the other thing is, every administration we can, they don't just care, they don't care. You know, the same thing when they can impose speaker per week, speaker of the house per week. And the same way back, the next administration will come back, they impose speaker per week. You know, all they do, the eye have it. You know, nobody no care. You know, but Salon, we as a people, we get for stand up, we get for open with eyes them. You know, if we want we country for go before, because if we left our number to them people who will put in charge, Salon will go before, man. Well, my own contribution.
Thank you very much, Mike. When Honorable Tawa they talk, he talk about how the people of Sierra Leone change 75% of the parliamentarians they were did now. A new one them. Okay, look how this other caller. Yes, caller, they live on air. Your name and inside the call from, please.
This night when I come from Maryland.
Yes, Ibrahim, you got up to 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Triple A. You see, Honorable Tawa, this battle, now a long battle, he had forfeit in one. Like what I've been saying last time, if he in kind, we will get in our parliament, we'll get mine and bold, and then they try to protect the integrity, and like now then 5 normal parliament for them straight. But this now they talk about this constitution. Both SLB and APC, then just sit down, they write the constitution the way they want for protect themselves. Because that 77 1K, for the man not put that clause in that constitution, the parliament not get forever straight. Because not of us here that we don't know they will not get mine talk later. But then they're afraid because alone when you see he lost job and for try get job, you know easy. And the man know what they get in that parliament day. Look what Honorable Tawa don't can talk today. Me, I dey continue for pray God for him. And if he get the chance, let increase the security then. Because in life they at stake. All the secret they don't come pull now those two. Them mind they say when they listen, they say, oh, this man I don't go pull secret now those two. No wonder we be say some man the day I don't there how many years. No get no better to do na salon. As they say time for politics, they don't go salon. Because they still say and they become rich overnight. Very easy for become rich. You know, with the grum we say them people there, then corrupt. But look what they happen right now. Now the bar election there, what they happen? That don't begin show we clear picture say 2023 again for be tough for try pull them people and they. Because if they right now then they impose certain thing that we see it criticize them, then come after you. Then get them marshals there. We be say they need social media all over social media platform. As no more you talk something we go against them, then they can't attack you. Now they do by elections all over the country, then they go and win them by election and they. Then I don't tell you say the people there and obviously then they feel pain when they go in that country there. I hope say the money would have been spent at the previous administration for try for go around at the country for say they want to change the constitution. Where mother bill come, we instead don't can sit down panam. You know, even they think about that themselves. If they for be able to change that constitution this one term, if we don't get people that will get mind for when they talk like how now they talk so. Let God bless and let God continue for prevent her what did they do. Thank you very much, people. May God bless you.
Alright, thank you very much, Ibrahim. Yes, caller, they live on air. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Yeah, I'm concerned that the call from USA. Good evening, Tripoli.
Yeah, you got up to 3 minutes, ma.
Okay, I want to tell Tawa thank you. And this is a good example for sure. So people they claim say, oh, now the president will get power, the legislative will get power. Now damn life, then step then get power. The only reason they don't exercise them power now because of corruption. And also, me, I'm not even president with C4C, NGC, and even APC. Okay, let's assume say Tawa don't get the bold mind for oppose in your party. So if them have not been corrupt, how come none of them no support Tawa? Even General Majude and the other one, they none support Tawa. They all still there. Now that makes it so sad with the citizens there, even like America with the kill we say When then a parliament then so unite anything we can one for them benefits, we can on the corruption side. They all set them up, they unite for that. We can the money business. Then they're not by partism they go pandandi. So even that how they call that thing at the constitution when they say you partic in polio, K1, whatever, I don't know what's in the name. But even that me not believe same now that make the parliamentarians they know the challenge now because they're corrupt. Because if they treat your constituency very well and your party no say if they shake with you, you can for go independent and win your constituency to God and then play with you. The only reason make SCTV they play with Tawa because they know say if they shake Tawa can challenge it go as independent constituency, he win. So if your constituency can make you with or without that K, whether they just hide on that. For me, they're all corrupt. When we can't try panda a passport visa, you mean so how Chinama you been the tower for the passport for even the challenge for making mail not release the money for the people there, or you ever say they talk about any other thing when a corruption side within the benefits part. The only time we see then the challenge and that we call like panda political issue like politics versus politics. So to me, I'm not impressed with all C for CO, NGCO, APCO. For me, I think say they're all corrupt. So for saying that just the president get power, that is a lie. The legislative get power, they know how for use them because they're corrupt. So I let God bless and if you hold the constituencies very well, you don't go afraid the president, you don't go afraid your party. Thank you so much, Triple.
Thank you very much, ma.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and who side the call from, please.
Yeah, how are you? Musa here.
Yeah, Musa, now for speak up small, yeah. You get up to 3 minutes.
Okay, Triple, how are you?
Good.
Happy New Year. I'm back. So I was not around. That's why I never
Okay. Welcome.
Yeah, but I'm back. Okay, thank you. Oh, my own contribution for this today, listening to Honorable Tawa. The problem of Salo, like the way Tawa been talking, now the parliament. Because if you look Salo constitution, then give power to parliament, now the only, not to the president, not to anybody else. Now the only parliament who get right for allocate the budget which side they go. Now only the parliament will get right for oversight. Now only the parliament will get right to debate the audit general in report. But if you look, none of these things happen at Salo. You look, they say about 50 the parliament that enable debate about the auditor general in report. So everything at Salo, the problem is that the people they talk not the parliament. Once that parliament is corrupt, Salo don't get for go nowhere. Because that they only get that power. That the only people, that the only institution at Salo will get that power there. So once they're not able to function, they're not able to function their duty, Salo will just be like where it is. That's we let's talk that fast. So the only thing like what they talk for the constitution they in favor of these two parties. But if you do well, like the way they talk and so, if you do well now you constitution. You understand me? So nobody no could even now you participate not give you because people know for say yes, you do well for them. So that was not for say people they say okay because now a party the party give you. They not give you because you do well that you constitution. You know, I say constitution. You do well now you the constituency. But once you don't do well, you don't do well for the okay, the party give you, they don't give you vote for you again. So unless they try to regulate this thing, this parliament or the constitution itself, let them try for regulator for change everything. If not, Sierra Leone, instead of getting better, it's worse. It's getting worse every day. People are suffering. Because if you remember now the money now in the call now in the pay them people there. That's a huge money. You know? Even now Europe now said the minister don't pay the income money there. Minister in this place, now Europe, some of them are bicycle in the ride for go work. I don't see them so many times. So then I'm bicycle in the life of me. You see, Salon at that poor country, people and the women they live less than $1 a day. You see, minister, they collect them can who use money into this kind of rent allowance. That is too much. You know, when they collect all this money back, then they steal the corrupt, and they steal they collect all those because if you look now, Salon, all those budgets within the all those money we Salon they collect. You know, because people don't get no voting self for this. All that money when they collect the voting self now for themselves. Salon no one day get for say, no one day say for the government don't allocate this kind of money for to let them build hospital or let them build water for people there or make hospital or school. Nothing. All the money within the country they make now for the politicians, not for the Salon. Not the Salon people there. People just suffer, then just they take money for enjoying themselves, buy big car. So unless we get the right person, especially these two parties, I always talk this. Once we know we would change these two parties, because the two parties are then make the constitution, then not for saying okay, now the only if you don't SLPP na APC. So we get for change this narrative. Many people know that for say then two parties that they don't do for Salon people there. No matter people they say all the people that are the same, but no change. Change is better because we not look another party there. Salon get for look the people and get for sit down say okay, low bend them two party them first. Look another new party. Let them try. They say try and fail is not disgrace. But if they continue with this, Salon politicians they are very nice. It's a dirty people. These people, Salon Parliament, those politicians there. They are dirty. They don't care about the people. They are nasty people, to be honest with you. If you see the people are suffering every day in that country, you hear about this huge money these people in the collect, enable do their duty, you know. So it's very sad, to be honest with you. Very sad. So that's my own contribution for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Musa.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, caller, I live on air. Your name and who the call from, please.
Yeah, they call in London, Mina Samba.
Yes, Samba, you get up to 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, regarding this thing we talk about, you know, this thing very clear for we get people, okay, you talk of this Tawa, you know, that interview there was so exclusive, way in eye opener. Then we talk in a parliamentary, I talk about the parliament, but when you really go through that interview there, you get for stretch. It is stretch that interview they really they tell you what thing they go on at that country there. And when you really sit down and watch, you think say yes, waiting Alpha Bar they talk. These are things that are happening in that country. You know, we country sorry, man. These people just take the people there for granted. But me own take here is waiting we now as citizens really we need for act. It's not about fighting or this.
Okay, we lost that caller there. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and who the call from, please.
Yes, Raymond Carbo calling from Portugal.
Yes, Raymond, you get up to 3 minutes.
Yeah, yes, Sarah Network. Una thank you for this wonderful platform. Yes, I mean, me actually sincerely believe say Salon is not totally doomed because of some of the work they una do. And like how Honorable Tawa say, me agree with to a very large extent. Not certainly, I mean, not to Parliament fully get the problem na Salon. Parliament making say, well, possibly 70, 80% na Parliament indeed get the problem. But I mean, we get a lot of problems. And like how Parliament weak now, so most of the institutions then weak. And the things that would happen there, yeah, easy for say, certainly for APC, SLPP, or get a third force. Whose third force would they get? So not go get those bad elements of APC or SLPP within them, and so it can be so difficult. And some things that they will, a few people can also go try for understand. Honorable Tawa, for example, he not go afraid. Then go even them pull on a parliament. Eventually, then go contest as independent. Then can easily vote in. But like how in say parliament now a system na team inside team inside team, and when you go back na parliament as an independent person, I mean a lot of the impact they make now because of the role now because of them put them into a committee and he be chairman a committee. And so, I mean, I've been wish other people they lower for being coalesced around them and try for make sure say for make some of them changes here. But the trouble of corruption, parliament, even with the ACC, I mean, some of the issues then we don't highlight so now things then what the ACC been supposed for investigate, but each time they talk to them, then just the cham if not been possible that in the past government or somebody who not really get connection within the current government, then go after and then go do all sorts of things. Even if evidence nothing they for do with them. But a lot of them a lot of them then they condone a lot of corruption, and it don't happen now. Say Parliament and ACC, for example, knock me back, crash me back, I crash you back, because some of the things they all in the Tawa they talk about. So nothing they owe them if I don't investigate, but until now they promise we how much years now, then they promise we say then they investigate, then go come with the report, then go do this, then go do that one day. It not go ever happen. But of course, if parliament still stand up, Salon go change. But but the fact say people then they come out and talk, and you they provide some of this medium for let people then discuss and we learn from each other on some of them things, and it will make Salon change, because I mean una they sacrifice a lot, not just on una resources, but una they sacrifice una time and sacrifice a lot. And Salon are part of that day we need for push Salon before, because the country go halaki if people then will know what thing for say, will know what thing get what thing for do, then choose not for do nothing. And so now God no more go continue for help una, and Salon it go get Salon no way no day it go get better, because the bad people no continue for allow them things and just continue this way. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, we don't get the caller back where the line be caught. Yes, sir, you still there on the line. You can round up.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, sorry guys. Yeah, I mean, I did talk like so I'm just a continue from Musa left Tawa and this bad guy, they don't really lay the platform for the citizens in Sierra Leone with the citizens, and again, these bring me attention to the anti-corruption, what's it called, Ben Kefala. Even that parliament thing, they promise to say then they investigate this, that, So, what me they say, people that we're in at the social media, and we know where they post people, a lot of groups in social media. I mean, we get for really continue for do this, and we really need for fairness solution, because these politicians are taking us for granted. And they say us, because that's why I know this alone, but it affects me a lot, because I got relatives them a lot there. Now this man they fail. Look what in Tawa. Tawa, they say the real thing now. You still go get party picking them, then go talk other thing back, then go twist them another way. You understand? We then only think Sierra Leone, then they think what one or two ways, then they profit now the system. This is so clear. People are suffering. We need for stop. These are the 21st century. You will see other countries. I mean, we're so powerful. We're ready for change and change plan. We government they already can. They don't believe on people's power, but me believe say people and get power. I just believe say people and so naive now around and they afraid too much because this advantage when they see all things where they happen. Me not they but I they put myself in that position there because I they see say people and they suffer. You know. I mean, so we really need for press hard, like how now the press so no press hard no more. This they come on. We don't until now we got ready for help people. Now we don't get two Samaritans then, which is Ba and Tawa. We will get more where they come. And this SLBB government, they know we get mind sack Tawa na the party or whatever because they know the secret go leak. And the guy is so bold, he must talk to them. To be honest, so then they take their time. You know, you can see the guy they expressing say, no, they fret safe. You know, they're selling birthright for nobody. Anyway, Triple A, I'm your contribution because this Salom issue it's too frustrating to be honest. Thank you very much. Lord continue. You know.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you.
All
sir.
right. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and who the call from, please.
Yeah, this is Francis. They call from Hawaii.
Yeah, Francis, you got up to 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah. Triple A, Pantawa, the explanation we give. What thing catches me most that the rent allowance only they give them parliamentary there, 98 million. Whether not yearly now or monthly now.
I know it will be monthly. I won't be listening yearly.
Yeah, let me say, I say whether monthly now or yearly now. Triple A, now me could not ever get a collect parliament in that country today. My brother, politics, therefore send that country into the drain for the next 10, 20 years. I'm telling you, if people do not change, if people do not change their attitude. You know, anyway, Triple A, me and they will talk safe. Now left me.
All right, thank you very much, Francis. Yeah. Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and who the call from, please.
So Ezekiel, I call from Oregon.
You got up to 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you so much, Triple A. So what thing happen with a parliamentarian? Me, I'm more concerned with the new people and we will get so much hope in that they will enter that place and make changes. The top person, me particularly, in fact, at the beginning, that man so much I've been to talk about because of some of the messages and clips and what we see. We've been there with the UN or whatever position they hold. It's KKY. You know, if you get Tawa and somebody else, then they stand out. Where are you? Now you for the talk about instead of Tawa and other person. Now you KKY for the talk about. Man. So this like now the whole thing this way they make the way they make how they feel. Man, sometimes the optimism you know, I mean a positive person, you know, I understand say you keep up positive energy, you know, positive outcome will come. But at the same time, we therefore face the reality and see the truth. You know, as long as change is not there, you know, now we know that KKY is be able for lead a transparency life at the organization we've been there now because of the organization we've been there surround them, they've been get strict example. So now I know by yourself, you know, for not able to do any strict law, you for not able for corruption. Because you don't go in there all of a sudden and not see you stand out. I'm not seeing you stand out. Now you for to make that voice. So that when people they say, oh, look for a leader, they will not say yes. The day in a parliament will be exposed to all these kind of opportunity for them to take advantage of, it deny them and try for work for the people then. You know? My friend, you and this man right now is on a team up and begin to talk to the people and we all will educate the people and say Tawa is better than you. I'm serious, he is better than you. You haven't shown us anything. Nothing. Every time you inquire about things that we know, you know, then you go to the media, you define excuses, they wait. My friend, take stand. You know, take the bull by the horn. Check that place. You can. tired of them people are waiting. There's so much hope in them, and then go in a place like that, waiting for do a shake up. You are not shaking anything. Thank you so much, Triple A. Thank you for where they bring come people and you they continue for a lighting way, and this message they continue for going out the country. Young people, when I see you, KKY, he not the talk, I not see any difference. Tawa is better than him. Thank you so much, Triple A.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, last week, and the Honorable Kande Koleim Kelaim don't can defend himself. Also, on the interview with same Samurais, I be there. No, know that they come next, but with the clip, this Alex say this season of the interview, na Parliament na they Samurais enter because na so then get for come. Don't forget to from KKY now we don't get Tawa next week. We see that go come on board. Okay. The new one them. Yeah? The new one them. Honorable Tawa tell we for say, he say 75% of MPs them where they right now in Parliament na the new one them. And he say most of them na young one them. Imagine new, young. But are they standing out? Intel we say that according to Ram, the person no can say just no. According to Honorable Tawa, he say he go to the extent he try for get a clique. Because now that they mean, he try for get a group of them. So that they go count to one, so that they go they tie bargain. Then go they tie bargain for them all one day. What they see na the US? Conteh then AOC. Then young one then can get a strong click and the only woman there. We see what thing they do there. Young one then come, now we own Parliament. One person among them say, you know what thing? We need forget we own squad. Until then a team inside team. Let us get we own team inside there. So at least we the one that they make so, we self go make so. But we now for the people line we they do and for. What he say? He say end up not happen. Because some people line because of the party. I know say we get concerns earlier we call say, oh, if they do good na the constituency, then the party not go able them. Yeah, but how many people go able stand up like that? Because even if not the provinces then come out, with always two with the yegi, you dey wonder why when they say then by election they still they go boss for that. Why? What you do? But what am I saying here? With 75% new people and most of them being young, what then go there? What's in then go there for? We told Kutoko they don't talk. This man want get his own team inside there so that they all go count to one. For team up for the people. Because of party, they not agree. But I know be say the young one there. He say na adoptees. Now then they fit because they want full up them pockets. So they no go agree for join. And salon people they not can tell you. But that side they own, they say na the party, na the people. Check Parliament every year. Every election, I mean. Check Parliament. Most of them need to return back. Most of them, they know they return back. Check. So, but even though, then go say, oh no, forget about that. Because the people then they vote based on them party. Based on them party, then they vote. This particular parliament for don't be one fine one. But waiting happen, hey, we'll get a speaker of the house, police center. Would I end up na cannot be end up na cannot? Since that day, the parliament not correct. Eh? You say the parliament no they take criticism. We then say the perception, then can them after that ala safe. What's happen again? Because them be telling say they need for see the survey sheet, they need for see the people that we talk or what's not. If not, then go learn contempt of whatever. What's happen again after that? Nothing. Nothing, Salon. Na la go. After the same Salcab issue, what's happen again? Hey, the company don't take over. 122 people all lost their job. Even though the minister be go talk say nobody need lost in job. But we all know. Sometimes then little things and then big thing and we not can give for make they not think say we all they think that kind of way with it. You they see so black. You say na white. Do you expect me back for join you for saying na white? No, black na black. White na white. Red na red, green na green, yellow na yellow. Eh? No agreement to make, but they don't bundle onto themselves. So wait. I say, the man say, the problem with Salon is in a parliament. If we not fix parliament, we not go able to fix Salon. Because now they lost, then they come out. The one they break them now they. Audit report after audit report, now the same thing and they happen. What the parliament they do? Nothing. They tap their hand. Say what thing they happen? Can pass. Eh? If the pack, they say the audit reports in a mere opinion, well, what do you expect? That's how itself for me no understand. We didn't call Honorable Tawa for say they embarrass the minister. I make you say, who that embarrass himself? And the minister not embarrass himself. Because he no say the man don't do research. Eh? So are we thinking about embarrassing somebody rather than doing the job? Which one way for day of interest to we? Hi. I got it we. But now you say what I today. Last week, we do Honorable Kande Koleyim Kela. No that you go to next week Tuesday. But Parliament they refuse for debate the audit report. Why? Why you first? Why you think say that they refuse for debate them? Is it about politics? Because they don't want for make their own, because now the people them, so they don't want for make them look bad? Now that's not the reason. I don't know that be Bill Lakasule, but we'll get for Fenway. I hope say the young one in Ngodoyeri, see that was the intent where Honorable Tawa get. It's in a team inside team. Team within a team. So instead of be one level, una build a team of patriots, of loyals to the country. But una just showing how say, una no mix. Una know it's una good for. Not so. Oh, we dey watch una. Yeah? And not forget to. Before una been good so, now other people them be did it. And because the people are not doing it right, now I make them not did it again. Just in case you not forget. Yeah? Because if you not know, una learn. Okay. We'll go there back tomorrow. We'll try for can do the income and expenditure. let we know. Because I don't forget that they ask say, oh, who say the money they come out? If na salon, yes, na salon, and the tax. I be see another text where I be want reply to. Okay, Ibrahim Rahim Kamara. I don't know if I first time this for join we. He said Triple, why you know they balance the response for the discussion with citizens them we tap inside salon. Most of the one them where they respond and the one they will live abroad. Okay? What to make that one day happen, sir? Because this radio station not to an FM radio station. But then they know me saying I say get for level. Who they come. Yeah? We get for go FM station inside salon. My God, your own power. No, no, I'm standing go for the lock we. For say person can't talk now, yeah. Wait, it's quitting enough for talk. For say you don't talk against the president. For say you don't call the president's name. I don't know if we really ready safe for that. But anyway, that's not the reason, because it is not an FM station, but an online radio station. But yes, people do listen in Sierra Leone, but you get forget internet for listen. So we can get callers then I have from Salon, where you can reach you side the one for talk, then you can call. Then you call. So, and the reason that one this. I hope this answer your question. Okay. Back to the matter. We'll get back tomorrow. Michael from Philly says, see, who that more important? Now the minister or the parliamentarians? Well, that's too. But anyway, I saw Triple go say, Tata, till we meet again tomorrow.